Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hi to all, wherever you are and whoever you are. Well, today is what's the date today? 1st of March, 2025. Certain parts of the country, I would say, certain parts of the world, I would say, already start. How should I say, celebrating the first day of Ramadan for fellow Muslims who are now going through a small hardship, I would say, of fasting from fasting for about 1 month during the holy month of Ramadan. Today is the first day, and of course, in my country, is declared the first day of Ramadan is on Sunday, not Saturday. So the countries like Indonesia and probably most of the vast majority of the secular countries or Muslim minorities will start their first day of Ramadan as of today, Saturday, on the first day of March. Well, in my country, they start on the second, which is a declaration from His Majesty the King. To declare the day of the first day of the Ramadan, and of course the last day of Ramadan, and declaring the first day of Eid Mubarak, or in here we call it in Malay is Hari Raya Idul Fitri. Okay, this week I'm actually kind of in the blues. Some domestic issues. Been running through a lot of problems at personal level, but yet relationship things and so forth. It's kind of affected my professional work. Just to keep a note to myself is something that I have to move on and focus on my job actually. But yeah, beyond that, I had to get myself control. It's not to affect my job personally, but I hope it won't. But sadly, it did happen since Monday all the way to today, or yesterday, being hammered down on by my employer. Anyway, that's the little personal note for myself. On side note, well, what can I say this week? America, 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 America. More do I need to say that the news are now bombastically about Trump, and his bullying tactics, as some people might call it. Some might call it a miracle that America is now standing out for America rather than for the world. So yeah, many countries who idealize America as the beacon of hope, liberty, freedom, and our guardian angels, or some might call it. Yeah, it just turned the back on to become a bully by working and cooperating with another bully. Whether the many news bulletin they use the word catchphrase autocratic and so forth. I'm going to go into that political stand so much, but I just call it generally a bully. So, being the one with the big guns and the most nuclear arsenals, Russia and the United States, they're trying to buddy together to cooperate, I would say, to rule the world. A chance that to rule the world together, with the expense of Ukraine. Now, diplomatically, of course, Ukraine has a degree. They have to negotiate for their rare earth materials, like on the natural resources, as a bargaining chip for guaranteed security by the United States. Now, if you ask me, I sometimes do believe many of the European countries, dare to say, took advantage on America's expense. America has to maintain and upkeep of a very expensive military hardware. It's a double-edged sword, I would say. In one side, many of the smaller states or even other states that previously Second World War have been defeated. New European states mergers like Poland, etc. They take advantage of joining NATO, and they take advantage of the United States. I kind of agree what the president of the United States is trying to say is kind of justified. If I rule a country, I have a guarantee that I have a back of support, the defense, military defense from other rivals like Russia or China. I have America on my back, so their military is very powerful. They're spending to build it. They're willing to defend my country. Why do I need to spend more military money? I can divert the money to, let's say, building economy, my country, pay the welfare of my people who are, taking expenses from there, cutting off the military expenditure and put it more on social welfare. The image of France, Germany, United Kingdom, the healthcare was stupendous. Free healthcare. While the military is crap. I mean, technology-wise, they're kind of modern, they're high tech, well equipped, but is it well equipped enough to push off any aggressors like Russia, like China, or even America? I would say is kind of very weak, because a lot of these countries rely on United States arsenals, rely on United States leadership, rely on United States military might to defend their backyard. So I think in a certain degree I do agree to United States that Europe needs to buck up, cooperate more deeply, that equally distribute. Now is the time they need to do that. Equally distribute, build their own arsenals, pay for their arsenals fairly, because United States needs the money to also implement economy regeneration. We need to provide social health care. Whilst a lot of Americans argue, why are we spending billions of dollars on military hardwares and defending a country that is non-American, or at least non-American interests? So, yeah, there are two sides of face on this issue. On that, the current president wants a more balanced sheet, a more equal playground, equal field in the play field with all the nations. But lesson must be learned, and I hope so. Is if each country has the ability to self-sustain military to defend their own state, what if there is another madman when the ignorant of their voters, or negligent of, or illiterate voters of the country, citizen voted someone, wink wink, into power? See, Germany is almost very close elected a very far right political party, more resemblance of the National Socialist Apartheid Party of in Germany, like a half a century ago. Was very close, but of course they are the second largest party in Germany. They are opposition. Most probably they will be in opposition, but they will not have a full control of it. Most of these voters are those who have resoundingly don't understand what is the price that they will pay for voting this right-wing parties, or so-called a Trump related party. We're coming to close. I don't mind countries have weapons, guns, and their big toys, sustaining and defending their own countries. Well, if you have an irresponsible person running the show, wink wink, in the United States, it becomes a very, very dangerous thing to play. And to control will be a very, very difficult when you have a person who can launch anything with a loose finger on a button. So yeah, things like that. Right now we are living in that kind of world, and of course Europe side of the countries, they're trying to back Ukraine. America's trying to back off and trying to support Russia's point of view. So European countries do really need to think of a question that can how are we going to sustain ourselves, defend ourselves with the equation change where we have to eliminate America's support, and yet we're still able to defend ourselves from aggressors like Russia, which holds nearly 5,000 nuclear armed weapons, similar to the United States. United Kingdom, France do not have enough nuclear arsenals to compete with the 5,000 over arsenals of the Russians. That's why they use America's statistic into the playing field to balance the paper, balance the sheet. But when it comes to reality, they don't have that. So yeah, this week is a lot of hooplas and a lot of bombastic politics. I won't go any further because most of you probably would know right now what's the situation. But in the future, if you're looking this video, we're just talking about how Donald Trump's first month running and how his diplomatic relations trying to talk to how he responds with Ukraine's president Zelensky. It's quite a very, very, very offensive, I would say, rather than a very cordial way, I would say. So yeah, if any of you watching this video like more than years or so or months later from this video was published, yeah, that was the thing that we're talking about this week, the highlight. It was the bombastic political news from the United States. Yeah, so yeah, let's get into what is the topic for today. So I got my notes as I have published note. I got finally I'm able to find the elusive blue single, the dark blue single prefix 1000 yen C series. Basically, once I tried to find this, it's so difficult. eBay doesn't have anyone selling this type. They have blue, but they have the common one, which is 2 alphabets, 2 prefix. Single prefix, the one very difficult. And the condition wise, I would say probably at the low side of very fine to the high side of fine condition for this note. It is severely, it is wear and tear, stains are marked everywhere, and of course there's a lot of fold lines. This has been used very, very common, and there's a lot of fold on the top here, hook up, as you can see it curls. Now this is because the effect when you put the money in the wallet, okay, when you put the money in the wallet, the top side is exposed and it's always being touched in your wallet, your hand, your pants, and they will curl up most of the time on this top part. So that is the why there is a curl on the top and not at the bottom, is because this money was put into the wallet, which is the money was exposed from on the top here of the opening of the wallet, and it has been grinded down by the hand, grinded down by the clothes in the pocket, and so forth. That's how this kind of phenomena happens. Yeah. So finally, I have achieved my collection. In my Japanese collection for the C series completed. This is actually technically my last in my collection for this series. So yeah, based on my catalog book, C series is here. Yep. This is a D series. So C series, I've already completed the 500, which I've already ticked both single and double alphabet, and then the 1001, all 4 of them I have. There are 2 colors, the black and the dark blue. Now for the serial number, they have the black and the dark blue. The first 2 top ones, as you see here, the first one is 1 alphabet dark black, and then the second is 2 alphabets black. Then this one is those 1 alphabet or one alphabet in blue and two alphabet in blue. Now if you look at the price, this is really uncirculated, this is fair, this is this is fine, very fine, extremely fine condition. You can see the price. Those double prefix, the black and the blue, they are face value of the 1,000 yen. Oops. They are face value of 1,000 yen. So there is no significant value. They're worth 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So literally is a face value currency. But for those single prefix, now they have significant price tags here. Mine is probably around the 2,000 or 1,500 between these two. I would just say it's around 2,000 yen for very fine condition. If you see uncirculated, the price goes like 6,000, and the black one is like 14,000 yen. I have the black one. Luckily, at that time, I found two pieces of uncirculated note, and it's probably at the range of 9,000 to 11,000 yen kind of position. It's about uncirculated. It's not uncirculated, it's about uncirculated. But for its condition, it's very rare to find for a single prefix or single alphabet in the black color one. So when the price is high, it fetch a lot of values. And the blue one was quite elusive because I'm not able to find, although it's around 6,000 uncirculated, no one is actually selling it. I tried to look at eBay, no one is selling it. I tried to look at the auctions, online auction, no one is actually selling it. Even if you found it, most of it is double prefix. Then I came across one of the local dealer online, and I managed to luckily found that he's selling this note, and I noticed it's a single prefix. Now the only difficult thing when you take photos, especially this series, the serial number is very difficult to identify from the photo whether they are black color or dark blue, because the photo when it flash, if the quality of the photo is not good, they look similar. So I took the gamble actually to get this note. Now before I continue, I just have to conclude this. For the C series one, I've completed everything for the C series, from 10,000 yen, 5,000 yen. I have all the collections variations available. So I've already technically completed the C series, and you know, I felt very satisfied to know that my collection is complete, partially complete, and not the whole entire country's set is completed, but knowing that the one series that you had the feeling that finally I've completed the set, regardless the condition, just the quantity collecting wise of each different variations I've completed. It just feels very happy, and that is why within my today, this week's doom and gloom in the world and personal one affected my doom and gloom personally, and affected my work, or spilled from my personal situation. At least this week I got one joy, that knowing that I have one finally a set collected, which is quite difficult to find, that near impossible, and finally I am happy that I've got it. So I was very happy when I took the gamble. Okay, back to what I'm trying to say. I took the gamble. I saw the photo. It looks like bluish, but yeah, it could be black because the flash is quite bright light. The fellow took the photo, so I took the gamble and bought it from him. You may argue that the price I bought from him is 75 ringgit. Now, he didn't ask to pay an extra fee for the parcel, the package, to mail it to my address. He took it as free. He'll do it for the shipping cost wise he absorbed. So was very generous of him, and first time dealing with him, so I'm a bit very worried and skeptic that it was conning me for 75 ringgit. But 75 ringgit is something that I'm willing to lose if I'm being cheated. Just probably 3 meals of loss, 3 meals for it. So I think I can take it. Not a big issue. I took the gamble, bought it for 75. Now I can negotiate it because knowing the value of the price of this one is around 1,500 to 2,000 yen. So if I put it at 2,000 yen, it's about 60 ringgit. Why am I paying over the 75? I paid 75. The book value is 6,000. Knowing that the shipping fee is absorbed, is free. The owner of the note, that the seller of the note has to pay for it. So it's mostly conclude about 10 ringgit. So absorbing the 75 minus 10 is 65, and 65 ringgit, and the book value still is at 6. The book value is at 60 ringgit. What about the extra 5? Well, consider it as his profit. Consider it as the seller's profit margin is 5 ringgit. So think about it. Don't be too petty on it. Sometimes the seller has to get something for selling it. You gotta calculate whether it's right or not. To me, it was very fine since he's paying for the shipping fee. 5 ringgit was his profit. His so-called income, I think, is pretty much okay. So I actually didn't bargain it to lower down the price. He said 75 at the beginning, and I kind of think of it as okay deal for me to get us this. But of course, the biggest reward for me is significantly is that this note is hard to find. And once I got it from the parcel yesterday, I realized it is actually blue. So it actually makes me feel much more happy and resolved that I finally got a note that is I completed my series collection. The only next objective from this note that I'm going to do with is probably, if I can find a better condition, I will upgrade it and probably will sell this one. But in the meantime, it will be in my collection until I find something better condition. But as I said, I've been looking for this note for many months, since last year. It was elusive. It was so difficult to find, and I actually found this guy selling it last year. And I don't want to disclose so much about it, but I found this guy selling this note last year, and I was putting it as a wish list for almost a year. And almost a year, no one bought this note. It was still selling it. And when the moment that a couple of weeks back, I decided to contact the seller, and he said that he kept somewhere in his store, so he has to look for it. It took him about 2 weeks, I would say, to actually locate the note. And he finally took the note out. He sent me the picture of this note, and he said that I have the note. Are you interested? So I was in debacle, thinking of it, looking at a photo, and then I kind of want to know whether the notes are genuine. But looking at it, a wear and tear, it looks genuine from that photo. The only thing that I didn't suspect is the color. So if it's blue, jackpot, that's what I want. If it's black, oh no. I got another note that I've already got 2 of those notes. The black one I got 2, and they're all about uncirculated. That was my last year's lucky find, but the blue one was elusive. So I was very worried it is a black one because the photo looks black. So I did message him back, ask him to take the photo on the serial number, and I asked him whether is it blue or is it black. So he took the photo. He was very inconclusive. He looks at it. It looks like dark blue, but it looks black. So even he can't answer. So I took a gamble and I said I'll buy it. Then how much did he offer? Still 75. Almost 1 year in the waiting list and it's still 75, because when he posted this on sale last year, 12 months ago, it was also 75 ringgit, and the price did not change. It did not raise according to the inflation. Some people would call it lucky. I would just say that okay. No one's buying it. He's not reducing the price, no increasing the price. But of course, I've calculated. I know the value of this one, knowing the condition, knowing how much it is, and how much profit he'll make from it. I think it's just very good price for 75. For you absorb the shipping fee and so forth, I think it's very fair price. Even if he offers at 100 ringgit, I will still buy it, because to me, I put this on the wish list. I'm trying to find other web page of eBay and or Amazon, wherever it is. Even in online auction, I was trying to wait and patiently trying to find a better condition that he has, and there were none appeared. So yeah, he was the only one that has it. I might as well just get it and put it in my collection and complete my collection. But if I come across in the future having this note in a better condition, I'll probably will try to buy it. Yeah, I will probably try to get the note. But at the meantime, I'm very happy with this note. And yeah, I'm really happy this one in this week. It just bumped my spirit up. Hobby does encouragingly therapeutic in helping your emotion and so forth. This week my emotion was very down. I've been hitting shit everywhere. Personal level affected my work. Yeah, it's just really bad time. Friend relationship also affected. My personal relationship with my partner also affected, and it all spilled into my professional work. It's just clouded my mind. Being a human being is that, but work is work, and pleasure is pleasure, personal is personal, and you should keep it to yourself if it's personal. So yeah, that's part of my life this week, and knowing that I collect banknote as my hobby, and this week I got something that is much worthy to heal myself, make me back happy, is that I finally finished the C series in my Japanese Bank of Japan collection. So that's one thing of a big tick for me, that I've completed the collection on one side, and a few more bits of other places to look for notes. Of course, I'm still looking for it. I'm still right now. I am waiting for the notes that I have won in the auction. Is on its way. One parcel is on its way. Another parcel is still in the air, flying from Europe to Southeast Asia. One is already arrived. It's now through the mailing sorting center. Probably I will get it on Monday, Tuesday. Around these 2 days, I probably will get the note. In the meantime, I'll certify this, and next week probably I'll have another video on the notes that I've won. And of course, just to put the note to myself, 2 days ago, I've got a note that is similar to this one. Now this note is actually from Australia. It's a Commonwealth of Australia. Pick number 16C, or in Australia's catalogue book is R26. It's one of the cheapest £1 note you can get. Among all its notes of the £1 variation, the one that I have, this one is the cheapest one. Then I have another one that I've won in the auction 2 days, about 3 or 4 days ago. I got another note that is 12B. On the serial number of the pick number is 12B. I can't get the A. The A is very rare, and it's the most It's one of the expensive ones, but it's similar to this one, but this is much more older version. It's printed in 1923, if I'm not mistaken. I got a very good bid. Cost me about 200 euros around point, I think. Retail market value in US dollars around $7,500. So I feel like I hit a jackpot on that one note that I have bid strategically. So yeah, once I pay, it'll take another month for it to arrive, so that won't be very soon. Just telling that just a few days ago I won that note, and I'm waiting for it to be cleared and delivered to my doorstep. This I've been bidding on a very once a month. I will bid, and some of it depends on the note. If the notes are very good, then yeah, surprisingly, I will enter the bid, and most of it I try to bid high. Now, this bid I've done, most of it I only bid the notes that is very difficult to find. Now I did tell the explanation of where to get the notes. One way is going to your dealer. If your dealer has a limitation, you have to sort it yourself. Another way is going online, eBay, or online sales, or any web page which does online sales locally, perhaps. And then the other option is to go auction houses. The other option is going to the auction houses. You have a local auction houses. They have, you can go and have a look if there's a note that you wanted. Sometimes they do have unique notes, rare notes, super rare notes. Depends on those who are selling. The more reputable, I would say, the more reputable auction house or prestige auction house, then they will sell a more exotic, more rare notes, because to the sellers who wants to auction, to maximize their profit, is depends on the auction house prestige. Such auction house that is world famously for banknotes is like Christine auction house, and Heritage, who deals numismatic specifically, like banknotes and coins, and then they are much more thorough. But the one that I mostly would go to, my go-to place for online at the moment, is Cat's auction house. Cats, K-A-T-Z, or K-A-T-Z, Cats auction. And it's a little, I always keep saying it's a Polish, but actually it's not Poland. It's not Polish. If I'm not mistaken, it's Czech or Slovakia. Yeah, they come from the East European countries. They have the notes that I'm trying to look for, those difficult ones for China notes, European notes. There actually quite a lot of sales on Russian notes, Ukrainian notes, Polish notes, anything East European notes. They have a large inventory slots from the buyer, from the seller. Sorry. So if you are interested, looking for Hungarian notes, Moldovas, Polish, Ukrainian notes, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Slovakia, or Czechoslovakia notes, any notes that are from the Balkans, so Yugoslavia, they do have a big numbers of items selling in those kind of banknotes in that region, East European countries, and coins too. And sometimes they do sell medals. Something is not, it's a small niche to me, but yeah, I understand this value, because but I can't grasp on collecting medals that is being given for the military or the person who has served its country. So I couldn't bear to buy those medals. It's not it's meant not to be, monetary value. It should not have monetary values. So yeah, but people do collect it. They have it. Recently, I just saw that it's very surprising. They also sells swords, sabers. So that is something that is a bit off limit for me at that point, because I truly can't appreciate those ones. But yeah, cats auction house do surprise me when they started selling. But of course, the bread and butter is still coins first, and then banknotes. But mainly coins is their biggest draw of their auction house. So I've been using Cat's auction house for many times, every once a month. If you buy, if you can bid, sometimes you're very lucky, sometimes you're not very lucky. So it really depends. But for me, I've been very lucky, I would say. A lot of my notes that you see in front of you is kind of from them, guiltily, I would say. But yeah, in Malaysia, most of these notes is very difficult to find, especially the Chinese ones. So yeah, it's just very difficult to find. Okay, now a little detail. Probably I just want to record that whether you can see it. Let me give me the light. Is that to show that this is a blue colors serial number. Can you see that? It kinda glows blue, not black, right? There you go. That's the blue, and it's single prefix. So yeah, yep, is blue, dark blue basically. So it kind of, I'm trying to make the point that this is dark blue and it's not black. And yeah, condition wise, I would say very fine condition. Low, very fine, to high, fine. So it's between that borderline there. So I would say it would be 2,000 yen. We are perfect price. So there's about 60 ringgit, 50 to 60 ringgit kind of price range of the value. Yeah. And the happy part is I completed the series. Alright. It's a very short video, nothing too long, I like to say. So yeah, thank you very much for your views, your patience. If you have any questions, do put in the comments. If you like my video, just pop me a like. And if you wish to see my future videos of other notes that I could get, you can just pop in there and subscribe. Most of the time I'll just shoot out a short clip and for easy viewing. And for detail viewing, I'll put it another video, long one, to relate from the short one. That will be my kind of system that I'll be running and I'll be doing. Again, a little small disclaimer at the final. I do this not to get money or monetization on my video. So all this is basically I use as a personal diary, online archive thingy. Using YouTube as my library to store my information of my diary and my records of my banknotes, and on the other hand to share my collection to other viewers, other YouTubers, other subscribers, to interact or to get inspired in collecting banknotes. That's one way of doing. Sharing is caring, I would say. To share my knowledge, to share my collection, hope to inspire future numismatic, or giving out the awareness of banknotes value as probably another alternative way of investing, or alternative to collection. A lot of people would say collecting banknotes is an expensive hobby. In a certain way, yes. If you want to collect a set, yes, it would become very expensive. But if you're going to collect a small denomination in across the world, it's still relatively cheap. Actually, it's just that it's going to be very difficult to find. And so for storing wise condition, yeah, it's paper, it's polymer, it's going to be very difficult to store, but it's manageable thing. It's a very manageable thing. As you can see, I love it at my high the rare ones, they are kind of encapsulated in by the third party, so it guarantee the condition wise and so forth is the thing. So yeah, those is another thing to talk about. But anyway, for today, for tonight, for me, thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys real soon, probably next week. All right, cheers, bye.